Hi, I'm Michael Banfield, and in this lesson I'm going to show you how to get a clean, smooth, professional sounding string bending technique. So if you're finding your fingers are hitting other strings or your string bending technique just sounds a little bit amateurish in general, then this is the technique lesson for you. Tip 1, use multiple fingers to bend the string whenever possible. This is to help you bend nice and high without too much trouble. So if you're bending with finger number 4, you're using fingers 1, 2 and 3 to help support the bend and hold the string at the same time. If you're bending with finger number 3, fingers 1 and 2 are supporting. If you're bending with finger number 2, finger number 1 is supporting. And if you're on the first finger on its own, it's not going to be as strong as the others and you just got to deal with it. Tip 2 is to roll the fingers as you bend up. This is a great one if you're finding the string above just slipping underneath your fingers and ringing out like this. To get rid of that, you start on the tips of the fingers and roll to the pads. So this is the tip of the finger, this is the pad of the finger. And I'm just rolling just slightly from the tip to the pad, and that makes the tip of the finger roll, and as it rolls it grabs the string above it, the D string, and pushes it out of the way so that you can't hear it. Tip 3, use the index finger to dampen as you release the bend. So if you don't do this, what can happen is you'll be at the top of your bend, and as you bend down, you accidentally sound out the string above the one that you're bending. Like that, and it just sounds a bit amateurish. So to get rid of it, it's the first finger's job. You just raise it a little bit and straighten it a little bit. So hopefully you can see how it's just a little higher than all the others. And as I bend down, it'll mute, in this case, the D string, but whichever string is above the string that you're bending. So that'll give you a nice clean release. Tip 4 is to use the right hand for dampening any unwanted strings. So to do this, I'm using the front of the wrist and just resting it on the thicker strings, and that way the open strings won't ring out as I'm doing a string bend. I only hear the string that I want to hear. The other thing it can be good for is if you just want to hear the bend up and not the release of the bend, and not the bend down. And for that I use the fleshy side of the hand just to dampen the strings at the top. You can do that another way as well. If you're on a downstroke in particular, you can use the pick itself to do that. That works well. Or you can, if you're on an upstroke, you can use the side of the thumb. And that works pretty well. These are just things that get you a nice, clean, controlled sound and an accurate dead stop at the top of a bend. Tip 5 is simply to make sure that you're learning the right songs that help you develop your string bending technique. I'd resist the temptation to go straight for that David Gilmour solo. That's pretty difficult stuff normally. Maybe try something simpler like Never Met a Girl Like You Before, the Edwyn Collins riff. That just has a quick bend up and down. You don't even have to worry about that roll technique because it's only a small bend. You don't have to worry about the pitch because it just goes up briefly and straight back down. That's a great one to start with. That goes like this. Then once you've learnt that, the next step up might be a simplified version of Yellow by Coldplay, where the bends are long and sustained, so you have to develop the accuracy of the pitch of the bend, and it's a little higher as well, so you do have to do that rolling technique normally. That goes like this. If you have any questions about string bends, or if you want to let us know about any other songs that you found useful for learning string bends, let us know down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another one soon.